they can beat Brene Sports. They've shown that they can defeat Execration. If they can beat Happyfeet in at least maybe one match, it shows that they are in fact ready to compete with the big boys.
Yeah, and speaking of competing with the big boys, WRS
Your
Alliance
team
is going to be
is
competing
banning.
against Execration. This is game number 2. And we'll see how things are going to change in the draft. Grok being banned, Harith being banned.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about this Gronk ban. More of a respect ban on the side of WRS. Knows that they don't want to deal with that on Execration side because really Execration do fantastically when they have heroes like
Your
Gronk who
team
are
is
not just
banning.
tanky but able to facilitate team fights very, very well. And so they want to deny that as much as possible. I mean, I'm surprised they let Akai go through, but I guess they had to make a choice.
Yeah, choice does have to be made. The choice here is to ban Alice. Potentially, oh, Claude is way open.
Your
Gushin is
team
open.
is
Fabulous is
picking.
going to be banned here.
Leo Mord as well. I'm assuming WRS is going to take Leo Mord now. Just going to deny it from Execration again, I think. That should be the plan. Exactly, that's what's going to happen.
Your
Just make sure
team
that they
is
don't have that
picking.
Leo Mord in their hands one more time.
But the problem here is that they can pick up Claude.
They can pick
Execration.
up Claude and Gushin. Exactly.
I'd say that, probably go for an Akai or a Kaja to help out.
I'm going to guess a Kai or a Chu. Oh,
Your team
as I
is
say that,
picking.
Chu gets picked up, and I think it should be a combination of a Chu and Akai, which as we know is a very, very strong combo.
Yeah, it should be. WRS is going to have to deny that from happening. The Gushin is going to be picked up here by White Rascals. An Akai seal would be beneficial for them, but
Yeah.
they need to focus more on sustain. That's why they go ahead and picked up
Your
Angela.
team is picking.
So Akai can
Akai probably is going to be picked here for Execration here. They're going to go for that combo with Claude. Make sure that there's a lot of crowd control while Claude is doing all this damage in the back line. So either they pick up Akai or they're going to get another tanky sort of support that helps them control the fight a lot.
yeah,
We'll see how they go. We'll see what route they decide to take. It's actually Harley that's going to be picked up. So that's going to be providing a lot more damage from the back lines as well to help Claude facilitate that team fight.
I'm curious.
Oh,
Yeah,
here we
there's
go.
the Akai.
So,
oh,
and
they're gonna go for a Uranus.
Your
Oh, not a
team
Uranus.
is
It's
picking.
I forgot his name. Belleric. There you go. He's gonna go for a Belleric, and Belleric being picked up is we saw Belleric getting picked up yesterday. I forgot who was playing them, but it was not successful. We'll
Yeah.
see if Execration is gonna be able to come out on top with this Belleric pick. But WRS Alliance is gonna opt to go for a Kaja and a Uranus.
Oh.
Uranus is really back into the meta. Everybody's been picking him recently. I don't. Well, today he has a 100% win rate.
you know what I want to
Your
see?
team
Johnson
is
back in the
picking.
Uranus. Johnson back into the meta. I would also like to see a Johnson back in
No.
Uranus.
Jeff Keating forever, though, is not gonna pick out Johnston.
Johnson. No, Johnson's today. But Johnson
no,
is
no.
a really great pick. I just want him to be back in the meta because you want to see that rolling thunder all around the map.
Yeah, you can say Drifto.
Yeah.
The deja vu.
I wonder if you know. That's the
they
goal.
drift in Mobile Legends. But what is gonna be the final pick here? It's gonna be a Lancelot.
Yeah,
Okay.
not surprised there. So a lot of damage here, a lot of tankiness. So okay, I've said this time and time again, and so many times. If you're gonna pick that Cho Akai combo, you need to have the damage to back it up. Fortunately, they're gonna have all the damage they need.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a matter of if the cores, the core, basically the carries, can get the farm in that they need, the items that they need, and not be shut down by WRS Alliance. And I think really Execration have a near perfect lineup for this match. I think they're absolutely on fire with the picking and the drafting. I think they're gonna have the greatest time in this matchup.
Well, my only concern here is that there is a possibility that they can get Snowball because they don't have enough stains. so
Or
to speak.
early game, yeah,
Early
exactly.
game. I mean, they can shine going into the mid game, late game, but they have to fight through this WRS Alliance. But
Yeah.
with WRS picking up Uranus again,
Yeah.
I don't think this is one of the wisest choices they can go for here. But
So honestly, for me, my win condition for WRS Alliance is that they have to shut Execration down early. And what I mean to say is this, like really shut them down early by locking down the lanes, making sure that Claw doesn't get too fed, all these things. They have to be able to do this to prevent getting snowballed mid-game, late game, and be able to end game early.
yeah, and that is what WRS needs to do. They really want to dictate the tempo
Yeah.
for Execration and be as fast-paced, as intense as possible, but at
Well.
the same time be safe as well, because we all know that if you're already so hyper-aggressive, one
Yeah.
misplay is going to turn the tides against you.
Well, I know. We might see that from Execration because Execration hasn't looked like they're in the best form lately. But I still think that they're a top-level team who should come out of this on top. Regardless of what happens, I think Execration still have the absolute finesse. They still have the caliber of gameplay that they can use over, over the side of WRS to be able to pull this through. But, who knows? Maybe we'll see an upset this time around. But so far, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, there is a reason why Execration is in the top 5, and there's a reason why WRS is on the bottom half of the bracket of the group stage. But we're gonna be going into game number 2 here in this best of 3 series between White Rascals and Execration. 1-0 is the scoreline. Execration in the lead, and already we are seeing what WRS Alliance dictating the tempo. They're being hyper aggressive here with their farming takes. They're already pushing up the lanes as well.
Exactly what they need to do here. They need to be able to shut them down early, as we mentioned. They need to be pressuring in their jungle and not just sitting back here. Because once Execration hit their power spikes, that's going to be a very big problem for WRS Alliance to deal with in the long run. So as long as WRS Alliance keep the pressure on and make Execration know that they can't run all over them, then they might actually have a chance at winning this game.
Yeah, with Lard going on that Belleric, he can sustain everybody with his Nature Shield, Flower, with his passive Flower of Life as well. He can tank all the damage that WRS Alliance is going to be throwing at them. But speaking of tanking damage, Chalk is tanking a lot of damage here from this Execration gang squad here over the top lane. And I think they, over this bottom lane, I mean, and over at the top lane, I think they're going to try to go for a, dive here? No, they're going to back off.
All right, here we go. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a heavy mid presence here, as you can see. And they're going to have to shut down this mid laner if they don't want Gushin to get out of control. And that's probably going to be their focus, I think, on the side of Execration. In fact, it's going to be Lancelot who picks up that first kill. Jeff Beauty Forever manages to get away from that. And it looks like the pressure's not going to stop. YOLO Zapnu looking like they want to continue on. This barrage actually dives in. Now, Oshida has to flicker out, but Lard's right there to go in. I just think they're going to go for this tower dive, but that's not really the best approach to going towards this. They need to not get over-aggressive.
Yeah, you just need to play it safe. But speaking of being over-aggressive here, they're being aggressive here on the Chalk. And Uranus is out of the equation here. Kenzu, once again, the sole person here on the bottom lane, does not need to die. He is one of the main CCs here for White Rascals.
Mid lane is really going to be the talking point here. They're going to be completely shutting down. They're going to be trying to at least really shut down this Gushin here. And look, on the side of WRS, they really want to support him. But now on this turtle side, it look like they want to pick a fight. Execration dropping around to half HP. They want to get this fight. They want to get this turtle, but they're dropping so low on HP. Oshida Wreck, however, he's sitting low, not doing so fantastic as well. Man. And that's the Lero Mord starting to do that work, what we're talking about with that low HP. Going in, trying to get YOLO, pulls him in, but it's not going to be enough. Actually finding the kill. Now Zapnu's in trouble here, but Leo Mord actually finally gets punished, not until he gets a kill of his own. However, now Zapnu pressured, backbet, looking like he wants to get some, but he's super duper low. That Harley has a lot of mobility, actually chasing Oshida. And I don't think he has the damage. Little bit of saltiness right there.
Yeah, that iconic edge is going to connect on Zapnu. Yeah. Really, really good for WRS Alliance to finally dictate the tempo and be securing the kills left and right. But at the same time, over to the bottom lane, the turret is going to fall down. WRS Alliance is going to look for a turret take for themselves here over in the middle lane. But that's good. They're going to pay for the price for that.
And that's a 1v1 outplay right there from Gushin onto that plunge. That's, I mean, sure, you'll usually see this happen, but when we're talking about Claude, you want him to be safe enough and be able to get those, be able to save and be able to farm and be able to take 1v1s no matter what, but I guess he's going to be really shut down this time around. Leomord will be shut down this time too, so Oshida Wreck. This is looking much better from the side of WRS Alliance, but at the same time, you have to remember that the power spikes of Execration are really going to start coming into play soon enough.
Yeah, it's we're already past the early game here. We're already in the mid game, and Execration can actually feel their power spike if they try to go in as a team. But as we speak, they're going to be securing objectives left and right over the top lane. Harley's trying to push the trying to push the top turret over the bottom lane. Claude and Joe and Lancelot are zoning them out, but here in the middle lane, though, Lord is going to get pulled there by that Divine Judgment, and YOLO is actually going to be here to knock up Kenzu to at least keep Lord alive.
He's so tanky. There's no way they can shut him down at this moment. And my problem is that we've seen this since the last game. The target prioritization of WRS Alliance is really hurting them. They can't close out the kills, and when they should be switching target, they're still fixating on trying to get a kill, even though the kill is really not possible at this point. They should be switching to somebody who's easier to kill, doing more damage, applying more pressure, and this is really what is allowing Execration to come back into these fights mid-skirmish.
Yeah, and with the top lane opened up, the turtle is going to be taken up here by Execration. Really, the White Rascals need to think about securing objectives. That steal attempt is not going to happen for Chalk, and Chalk's going to pay the price for it. And Kenzu is going to look for blood here, but he's going to be the one that's bleeding as Execration gets a two-man kill there.
Gosh, no way he's going to do this. Okay, yeah, I figured. But looking like he's pretty confident enough to be taking these fights, and that's scary when you get a Gushing to this level. Like, Gushing can instantly burst you, and yeah, look at that damage, and that's just one or two shards hitting you, but it's actually going to be the dive onto him. Lancelot doing so much damage, actually going to get the Gushing down, and finally he's going to drop, but it looks like Zapnu is going to be punished, I think, this time. Yes, in fact, he's going to be stunned up and easily cleaned out right there by the side of WRS Alliance. Getting a little bit too greedy. Now it's Jeff Cutie Forever looking like he's a little bit of trouble, but blinks right back, and he's actually going to be out of the frying pan and into the fire for him. Now it's Lard who's looking like he's in trouble. That's a clean 3 kills right there. A little bit overconfident on the side of Execration, I have to say.
Yeah, they already had the turret pushes. They could have just went back. They got the Lord. The Lord is actually going to spawn in a few. So at least regroup. Oh, but look at the damage though by Pakbet. Immediately dropping snow.
Killing spree.
That deadly magic is going to finish him off. And this Pakbet has been very dominant on that Harley.
As you can see, the goal difference right now is starting to bloom into that side of Execration. Just, you know, starting off really well, and now it's really turning around. But here, look at this dive. Bashida Rek trying to turn it around on that Leomord, taking a lot of damage though.
I gotta commend YOLO though on that show. He just kicked the ever-living hell out of Rek towards Harley, towards Pakbet, and that allowed him to just almost secure the kill. But, you know, the WRS Alliance, being the better player in that, better team in that engagement, just decided to back off.
Mid control now being attempted to
Lord
be
resurrecting
taken
soon.
by WRS Alliance. I mean, by Execration rather, in hopes that they can probably get this Lord a little bit down easier. But YOLO goes in, tries to get the knockup, actually does land it, but looking like Leomord will get out. Finally will drop that damage over the wall. That over time will finish him, and it looks like Execration doesn't want to stop just here. They're really going to go for this tower dive. They actually find another one. Could be a third rather, and Chalk. Now YOLO needs to get out. They're going a little bit ham at this, and I think they're starting to show them frustration, but it seems to be working on their side.
Yeah, the Execration needs to back off here. The Lord is wide open here. They can pretty much take Lord without any problems. They are a full 5-man squad here over in the middle lane, but I think there is going to be a contestant being set up here by White Rascals as they try to look for kills, and they are going to try to go for that. Pakbet, man, he managed to
that's
escape
a bad
the
engage.
That is going to be detrimental for your team, and Execration is just going to start steamrolling their way into this. They are still full HP, and the White Rascals, they are losing in all fronts here.
They... Honestly, that play is really on that Gushing, going a little bit too aggressive there. If you're playing a Gushing, you really need to be very patient about when to engage. And as you can see, he jumped in a little bit too early. His teammate died for that because he tried to buy some time for the Gushing. And now the Gushing falling back, as he falls back, actually forces him to lose 2 players in this. Now, Lord is actually open.
And it's going to be taken here by Execration without any contest whatsoever from the side of White Rascal. Now, the pushes are going to be on point here. They could just decide to have the Lord push out in the top or the bottom lane so that they can push out the middle third, so that, you know, they can force out a tier 2 engagement there. They're going to wait on their decision here. They're still having their presence being felt here in the bottom part of the jungle. The Lord will be called out on the top lane. Middle tier 2 turret is going to fall down without a shadow of a doubt, and this is just going to be a ticking time bomb for Execration.
Well, there you have it. It's Execration, I think. They're going to take this 2-0 cleanly well, it should be, because it looks like it's going to be a clean drowning out, a choking out of WRS Alliance. We said it earlier in the beginning, the power spikes are really going to be here mid-game, late-game, and it looks like there's going to be another tower dive here, trying to catch Oshida Chalk off guard. He actually does get pulled in, and it's going to be another finisher. But look at this, Jeff Cutie Forever gets finished off by that Gushin. Lard is looking like he's in trouble as well, but no, going to get the turnaround damage. Finally, people are dropping left flights everywhere. Oshida wreck, looking like he's only going to be the last survivor. Can he get through? No, it's Snow. And that should be GG. I think that's pretty much the end here for WRS Alliance.
Angela is going to be the only hero alive here for the side of White Rascals. There's no way she can defend this. And it's going to be it, but they don't actually have any minions. And they're trying to defend with all their might. The White Rascals is doing what they can to defend this. And Execration can't actually close this out, I think. But no, it's going to be it. 2-0 is going to go in favor of Execration in the day.
And, well, no one's really too surprised about what's happened here. Execration, we kind of expected them to go 2-0. There was a chance right now for WRS to come out of this with a win. But it's not really, honestly, that big of a chance in... I mean, Execration is still Execration. And even though they're looking a little bit down and out lately, they, I think, are still in a much better form than WRS is right now. Because I think WRS still has yet to get a win, if I'm not mistaken.
They still have to get a win.
Yeah.
And the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 2 regular season. They are at the bottom of the pack here.
Yeah.
And we can only get the top 8 teams in for the playoffs. But
yeah, I don't know if this means that they're eliminated yet. I'm not too sure. I think it does mean.
It's a couple more weeks we have left for the.
But things are
regular season.
very much not looking good right now for WRS. They definitely need to come back into this series and